Hello, I'm Joe, aka Mr. Fragrance, and today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video on 5 Amouage fragrances. Now that is one of the most prestigious videos I think I'll have ever filmed, so enjoy the video. So, welcome back. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this kind of content. I look forward to making more and more of this content as the time goes on. But yeah, let's just jump straight into this video, and I'm going to start it off with this, which is Amouage Fate. It was released in 2013, and it's kind of a spicy oriental fragrance. So let's just see what it does. I'm going to spray it on my inner wrist. And I don't think you need to have too much of these fragrances because they are very, very potent. Okay, so from looking at the note breakdown, it's meant to be quite a spicy start, as well as, you've got some mandarin orange in there as well, but there's going to be some saffron and some ginger. And I don't know what it is because I know that raisin isn't in there. There's no sort of like raisin smell, but that's certainly what I'm picking up. And I can't exactly piece together exactly what that would be creating that smell, but it's quite, the raisin dried fruit. It's kind of got that sweetness, whilst raisins have an earthiness to them as well, which is kind of coming through, and I imagine that it's got something to do with the saffron. The gingerness can have a quite an earthy smell to it, quite a deep smell to it, which obviously will also add some spiciness. And then there's also absinthe and cumin in the top, and cumin again will be adding to this very, very spicy top. When they say that it's also a floral fragrance, oriental, they're not lying. There's lavender as well. I think they say there's some patchouli as well, but frankincense is there, which gives it a richness. Again, like I said, it's quite a rich fragrance. It's deep, it's earthy. There's everlasting flower in the mid. I've never smelled that before. I'm not quite sure what it is. There's quite a complex breakdown, this one. And there's rose, cistus, and there's even something I can't even try to pronounce, and it's Coupe Balsam. These are some very intricate accords and notes I've not really ever come across in fragrances. It just shows that, when you enter the world of say Amouage, you really are starting to get right into the depth of very intricate, very, very interesting and almost groundbreaking fragrances. And this here does that for me. I think the raisin is actually really nice. It's not quite something I can quite in my head say, oh yeah, I'm happy spending £150 on that. Not quite yet. I'd maybe need to give it a little bit more time. I think that's what I need to do with these fragrances. So yeah, that's the first one. Next up, the next fragrance we have is Figment by Amouage. So let's give this one a try. I'm going to put this on the back of my arm. Okay, really nice citrus to start off with. Lemon. And that. Bloody hell. Oh, and that is immediately completely like swiped off the table by these mid notes, the animalic notes, a little bit of sandalwood. The only way I can describe this is smelling like an animal enclosure at the zoo. It's like a proper animal. This is like very fecal, really dirty, musky smelling. It's this one I'm gonna need some time with. Whoa. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure I'm ever going to like this. I really do need to give it some time. You can't really say that with a fragrance like this. But I'll try my best. So let's see. Top notes, lemon, geranium, pink pepper. Lemon is very prominent in the top, and that kind of does get swept off the table immediately with the animalic notes coming in the mid. There's vetiver and sandalwood. The vetiver is almost unidentifiable. And in the base notes, you've got earthy notes, labdanum, always get that wrong, and gaiac wood. There's a floral touch to it. No, there really is. There is a floral touch, and that's nice. It's okay. The animalic notes are slightly calming down a little bit. They really come through with proper force in the mids, right near the top. But they're still there, and it's in my head. I'm thinking animal enclosure, like rhino enclosure, really kind of fecal, dirty, earthy, and it's almost to the point where I think this is going to offend many people. If you go somewhere wearing this, I honestly think you might clear the room. So this isn't a crowd pleaser. This is something you wear for yourself if you really like it, and you're gonna struggle to find someone that immediately really likes this, I think. This one is one to work with, and I'm not recommending it to anyone. If you're gonna blind buy, say, just don't blind buy them if you've not really looked into it yet anyway. Definitely recommend doing it this way. You can get cheap testers on great websites. I'll link one in the description. There's one for the UK that's really good. That's where I got these from. I completely forgotten the name of the website right now. But, you know, this, you really cannot blind buy Amouage fragrances because they're all really, really out there. So that is Figment. The next fragrance we have is Interlude. Yeah, the top notes are really, really nice. The bergamot, oregano, and pimento. Oregano, you really get this herbaceous smell at the top, which is definitely one of the things I struggled with because it's very prominent. It's green smelling amongst this kind of smokiness that you get at the top, which I guess could be brought in by the oregano actually, minorly. But the smokiness it's quite a incense-like smell. The frankincense will add that, as well as the amber. And is there yeah, there is cistus, as there always appears to be cistus, and the base is really interesting. Leather, oud, patchouli, and sandalwood. Now, oud is immediately identifiable. Even from the top, it's there, and it's one of these really lovely, expensive, deep, properly rich smelling ouds. It's really, really lovely smelling. It's sweet, but it does have that proper depth to it that you really don't get in many other oud fragrances. You know, I've reviewed other oud fragrances and I've reviewed fresh oud fragrances, which are also incredible, but this one does what it says on the bottle. It's properly heavy, and it's really enjoyable. There are still green touches, and that's coming, it's like a herbaceous touch to the fragrance, which comes in and out. It's a little bit, it's a wavy fragrance. I wouldn't describe this one as being linear. And I think it's a really interesting fragrance, and it takes time. I still have days where I wear it and I go, yeah, I'm not so sure I like that. But there are certainly days where I wear it, I smell it, keep on smelling it, and you kind of come to love it, I think, or at least I did, and I do. And so yeah, that I do like Interlude, and I think it's a really interesting fragrance, and I really should do a full review on it at some point. Next up, we have Amouage Reflection. I must say these are all the men's, I haven't been saying that, but it's Interlude Man, it's Reflection Man, Fate Man, or Fate Men. Reflection Man, yeah, this is the oldest, I think, of the ones I got today. This is from 2007, and I believe it's remained the same formula since. At least it's remained very, very similar. If they've changed it, you really cannot smell a difference, and it's floral and sweet. I can immediately smell, I don't have to look at the notes, I can immediately smell neroli, which is so lovely. It's really, really lovely. It's got a cleaner, detergent-like smell to it. In fact, very, very cleaner, detergent-like. And I know people that really, really shy away from that kind of thing. You know, they really hate the idea that a fragrance can smell like a detergent. But I've said before, detergents are made to smell to a way that we enjoy them. You know, if you know what I mean. If detergents are made to smell a way that appeals to us. And if a fragrance is going to smell like that, what's so bad? I mean, it's crazily like a detergent when you would walk into a male's toilet that's just been cleaned. It is, and I can see why that might turn someone off, because you go, okay, you smell a little bit like a men's clean toilet, but you smell clean. It's a really nice lemony mandarin. Is there mandarin? They said bitter orange leaf is what is in there. Okay, so I guess it is bitter. There's not the sweetness. It's more like well, I guess it's a bitterness, but it's a little bit more sharp in a sense. It's not like a sharp citrus, but it is there. You can smell it's green, and it's really, really lovely actually. The base is yet to kind of come through properly. They're saying there's going to be sandalwood, there's going to be cedarwood, there's going to be iris actually as well, patchouli, vetiver. Yeah, none of that. Well, the woods anyway are certainly not prominent right now. In fact, almost non-existent. Ylang, I can smell for sure. But yeah, the woods certainly not as much. This one so far has been my favorite that I've tried new, and it's completely different to the others. Completely different. This is like many people would probably contest the fact that this could be a female's fragrance rather than just a male's fragrance. It's leaning more feminine than men in my preference, but actually that's not enough for me to not wear this. You know, I've said it many times before. For me, a men's fragrance is just because it's been marketed to men. You wear something that you enjoy, and if you want to wear it and you think it'll smell nice on you, it's not like the crazy floral, like sweet rose, you know, is typically, stereotypically anyway, sorry, aimed towards women. Stereotypically, that is certainly not my opinion or my preference, okay? But no, that's where I'm going with this. Really, really nice, slightly herbaceous, which I haven't really said yet. It's got a greenness to it, a really nice green, fresh, clean smell to this one, and I think it's really nice actually. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have Epic from Amouage. Once again, another really, really complex note breakdown, and it's a lovely bottle again from the looks of it. But no, this one from the note breakdown looks as though it's going to be another really deep, heavy fragrance. So far, this is the least potent of them all at the top. Yeah, there's no immediate citrus that I'm looking at. There's cardamom, pink pepper, saffron, cumin, frankincense, mace, nutmeg. Yeah, so there's a lot of spices at the top, and that could be kind of creating. Looking at the note breakdown, there's really a lime-like smell. Very, very nice actually. It's a really bitter, sharp lime that's kind of coming through at the top that nothing on the note breakdown to say there is. So that's interesting, but it's creating that sort of smell anyway, and that's what I'm picking up. In the mid, we've got geranium and myrrh. Geranium could be possibly the floral nature of that could be making a citrus-like smell. I really don't know. I don't know where that's coming from, but it's really nice. The myrrh, again, it's not something I'm particularly familiar with in fragrances, so that's going to be interesting to see whether or not I can pick anything up that's new to me, and that could possibly be the myrrh. So again, something very new. In the base, we've got leather, oud, patchouli, frankincense, again, like the top, castoreum, sandalwood, cedarwood, musk. Very woody, very deep, heavy, spicy bottom or base of the fragrance. So yeah, that's again, very, very interesting. Frankincense is a very, very common smell in these fragrances, and I really like it. God, this is battling for the top again as well. It's again so different to the previous one, the one that was really fresh. It's nice, but I quite like this. It's like I'm kidding myself in my head that it's very citrusy, and I like that. It's nice. This alignment that's in my head is very, very enjoyable actually. That's almost, I can't quite rank these. I'm not going to do that. That's not what this video was intended to do. It's just to give my first impressions on these. And if I like any of them enough, I will do full reviews on them. Again, as I've said, Interlude will definitely be coming at some point in the future, hopefully near future. But no, really, that's going to be something to look into. It's a little bit more different. I'd like to look around, see if anyone else is saying that there's lime in this, or saying that they're picking up a lime sort of vibe. This one's nice though. I'm going to struggle to say anything more about this one other than saying I really like this. I think it's a little bit easier to take from first impressions. It's not as much, when I say I need to look into this one, it's not because I'm struggling at all right now. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's just that I would like to understand what's in this a little bit more, and how other people's opinions say that this evolves. So yeah, that's a really interesting one. I look forward to giving that one a bit more of a try. Finally, before I go, looking at the reviews of Figment, which was the one I said smelled like an animal enclosure. Yeah, people are, that's interesting. People are really not liking that. I'm getting people saying that it smells like mold, saying it smells like a musky, like dirty room. Yeah, people not enjoying it. And to be honest, I don't know. I think that'd be a really, really tricky one to enjoy, that one. It's certainly not one of the most popular ones when looking around. So yeah, I'd like to hear your opinions. If any of you think differently of these ones I've tried, or if you have them, opinions would be really great to hear. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, subscribe and comment if you did, and I'll see you next time on Mr. Fragrance. Bye for now.